Hey everyone, welcome back. Have you ever felt like you were meant for something more? Something beyond the ordinary life that you're living now? Have you ever had a dream, a vision of a different path that you're supposed to be taking? A path that leads to your personal legend, your unique and special destiny. In today's video, we will embark on an incredible adventure that will take us across deserts and mountains, through valleys and plains, through forests and fields. We will meet amazing people who will teach us valuable lessons about life, about dreams, about courage, about hope. We will encounter challenges and obstacles, but we will also discover our strength, our resilience, our ability to overcome any adversity. Join us on this unforgettable journey that will change our lives forever. Get ready to unlock the secrets of the universe and embrace your true potential. Are you ready to discover your personal legend? Then let's get started. Once upon a time, in a village in Spain, there lived a young shepherd named Santiago. He was a simple boy who spent his days taking care of his flock of sheep and his nights listening to the crickets and the owls. He loved his life, but he also felt a deep sense of longing, a sense that there was more to life than just shepherding. One night, while he was sleeping under the stars, Santiago had a dream. He saw a child standing at the edge of one of the pyramids in Egypt, beckoning him to come closer. Santiago didn't know why he was going to Egypt, or what he would find there, but he felt a strong pull towards the pyramids, as if they were calling him. The next night, Santiago had the same dream again, and the third night, he had it for the third time. This time, he decided to follow the call of his heart, and he began to prepare for his journey. He sold his sheep and said goodbye to his friends and family, promising to return soon with a fortune. As he walked away from his village, he heard a voice inside him that kept repeating, "Keep going. Don't be afraid." And so, it kept going, even when he ran out of food and water, even when he had to sleep under the hot sun, even when he felt alone and scared. One day, while he was crossing the desert, he met an old king named Melchizedek, who was also known as the King of Salem. Melchizedek was a wise and powerful man who had knowledge of the secrets of the universe. He welcomed Santiago and offered him food and water, and then asked him why he was traveling alone in the desert. Santiago told him about his dream, and Melchizedek smiled and said, "Ah, I see. You are seeking your personal legend, your destiny." Santiago was confused. He didn't know what Melchizedek was talking about. So the king explained to him that everyone has a unique and special purpose in life, a reason for being born and a mission to fulfill, and that Santiago's dream was a sign that his personal legend was waiting for him at the pyramids of Giza. Melchizedek then gave Santiago a gift, a magical amulet that would protect him on his journey and help him to overcome any obstacle. After saying goodbye to Melchizedek, Santiago continued his journey towards the pyramids. However, as he was crossing the desert, he met a group of thieves who attacked him and stole all of his money and possessions, including the magical amulet. Santiago was devastated. He didn't have anything left, and he didn't know what to do. But then he remembered what Melchizedek had told him, that he had a personal legend to fulfill, and that he should follow his heart, no matter what. So Santiago decided to start over. He worked for food and shelter, and slowly saved up enough money to continue his journey. On the road, he met a merchant who sold crystals, and Santiago asked him if he could work for him in exchange for food and lodging. The merchant agreed, and Santiago worked hard and learned the secrets of the crystal trade. However, after a few months, Santiago realized that he was just delaying his journey to Egypt, and that he needed to take action if he wanted to fulfill his personal legend. So he left the crystal merchant and joined a caravan that was heading towards Tangier, a city near the pyramids. As the caravan approached Tangier, Santiago's excitement grew. He could almost feel the presence of his treasure, his destiny. But just as they were about to reach the city, a group of thieves attacked the caravan and stole everything from Santiago again. Now, completely discouraged, Santiago considered giving up on his dream altogether. He sat down on the ground and thought about how foolish he had been to believe in a dream that kept slipping through his fingers. He wondered if the treasure was just a myth, or if it really existed somewhere in the distance, out of his reach. Just when his hope was fading away, a man approached him and offered him some bread and water. When Santiago looked up to thank him, he noticed a scar on the man's face, the same scar that the thieves had made when they captured him. Without hesitation, Santiago got up, took the man's hand and asked him for directions to the city. Together, they set off towards Tangier, walking side by side. Upon arriving in the city, Santiago left the man who had helped him and went to the marketplace to find work, so he could earn enough money to continue his journey. There he met an Englishman who was looking for someone to help him find the master alchemist, someone who could teach him how to turn lead into gold. The Englishman was surprised to hear Santiago's story, but he invited him to join him on his quest to find the alchemist. Santiago accepted the invitation, hoping that the alchemist might also help him to find his own treasure. Together, they walked through the bustling streets of Tangier, haggling over prices, bartering for goods, and meeting all kinds of people from all walks of life. They encountered merchants, storytellers, musicians, beggars, and kings. Each person they met had a different perspective on life, on dreams, on the meaning of existence. Some were cynical and pessimistic. They told them stories of disappointment, of betrayal, of suffering, of death. Others were optimistic and hopeful. They spoke of love, of joy, of success, of immortality. Santiago listened to them all, absorbing their wisdom, their experiences, their stories. He learned that life was full of ups and downs, of light and shadow, of pain and pleasure. He learned that everything was interconnected, that nothing was accidental, that everything had a purpose. One day, they reached an oasis in the desert where they could rest and refresh themselves. There they met a beautiful and mysterious woman named Fatima, who owned a small shop selling perfume. Fatima was kind and gentle, and she welcomed them with a warm smile and a refreshing drink. Santiago felt drawn to her, and he spent most of his time with her instead of searching for the alchemist. He helped her in her shop. He listened to her stories. He shared his own dreams with her. Fatima understood Santiago's quest, and she encouraged him to follow his heart, to listen to the omens, to trust in the universe. She also warned him of the dangers ahead and prepared him for the challenges he would face. After spending many happy moments with Fatima, Santiago and the Englishman resumed their search for the alchemist. They followed clues, they asked questions, they consulted maps. Finally, they got a lead that took them to a remote monastery hidden in the mountains. According to legend, the alchemist lived there, hidden from the world. When they arrived at the monastery, they were greeted by a monk who looked at them suspiciously. Santiago felt nervous, but he stepped forward and told the monk about his quest. The monk listened patiently and then led them to a quiet garden where they met an old man sitting on a stone bench. The old man had a long white beard and a pair of twinkling eyes. He looked at Santiago and smiled. "So, you've come to find me," he said. "I am the alchemist." Santiago and the Englishman were overjoyed. They fell to their knees and thanked the alchemist for finally meeting them. The alchemist raised them up and said, "I've been expecting you, Santiago. You have something important to do in your life. You have a personal legend to fulfill. It doesn't matter what others say or do. It doesn't matter if you're afraid or doubtful. You must follow your heart, even if it leads you to places you've never been before." Santiago was deeply moved by the alchemist's words. He felt a surge of confidence and determination. He knew that he was exactly where he was supposed to be, and so Santiago continued his journey towards the pyramids of Giza, leaving behind the monastery, the alchemist, and the Englishman. He walked across the desert, guided by the stars, following the signs, listening to the wind. He felt more connected to the world around him than ever before. He saw the beauty, the wonder, the mystery in everything. He saw the kindness, the generosity, the love in everyone. He saw the purpose, the meaning, the fulfillment in every step. He was no longer afraid of anything. He was no longer attached to anyone. He was free. And then he heard a voice inside him that kept repeating, "You are the universe becoming conscious of itself." And so, voici was the universe becoming conscious of itself. He was everything, and everything was him. He was one with the world. And then he understood. He understood what the alchemist had meant when he said that everyone has a unique and special purpose in life. He understood that his purpose was not to find the treasure in Egypt, but to discover the treasure within himself. He understood that the treasure was his personal legend, his unique and special destiny. He understood that he was meant to be a shepherd, to take care of his flock, to listen to the crickets and the owls, to love his life. He understood that the world was not just a place, but a mirror, and that when you follow your purpose, it reflects back the magic. He understood that the treasure was always there, but he had to leave to find it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to stay tuned for more inspiring and uplifting content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep following your dreams and embracing your true potential.